Hello my dear learners, I am Balaji, your English teacher. Hope you all are excellent. As usual, once again, I have brought a very interesting and important topic for discussion in grammar. My dear learners, today we are going to discuss one of the important structures in grammar, that is conditional sentence. Actually, there are 4 types of conditional sentences, and in this today's short video I am not going to explain all 4 types of conditional sentences. I will explain all of them in another short video, but today I am going to discuss one of them, which is exceptional one, and most of the students are not aware of this, or they don't know how to use them, how to make correct use of this structure. Look at the screen. The question is, which one of the following structure is grammatically correct? If you look at these 3 structures carefully, you will get confused. The first one, if anyone comes here for me, tell them I am not at home. This is the example of zero conditional sentence. And if you look at the second structure, if anyone should come here for me, tell them I am not at home. And the last one, should anyone come here for me, tell them I am not at home. You might think that only the first one is correct, only the first one structure is correct, and the following 2 structures are not correct. But for your kind information, all these structures are grammatically correct. All these 3 structures are grammatically correct, and neither of them is incorrect. The first one falls in the category or under the category of zero conditional sentence, and the following 2 fall in the third conditional sentence. I will explain them in detail, so please stay tuned and watch the video till the end. Usually we don't use auxiliary verb in if clause, but in certain situations, in certain circumstances, we can use that. And this is what I am going to explain. In the last example, should anyone come here for me, tell them I am not at home. This one is also grammatically correct, and here though if is not visible, though it is not there in the sentence, but the sentence carries its meaning. If is there, invisible. If, though it is not visible, but it is there in the sentence, and the meaning of if can be perceived from the sentence, from the structure. So I am going to tell you the rule. Let us see the rule when and where should comes after if in if clause. So my dear learners, here is the rule. The rule is if plus should plus remaining part of the sentence. This structure is used. Which structure? If plus should plus dot dot, that is rest of the sentence or remaining part of the sentence, is used to indicate that the action, though possible, is not very likely or not particularly probable. मीन्स हम इस स्ट्रक्चर का यूज तभी कर सकते हैं जब कोई क्रिया संभव है मगर उसकी घटने की संभावना बहुत ही कम है. बहुत मीन्स बहुत ही कम है, ऑलमोस्ट नियरली नो. Only in that case we use this structure if plus should. plus rest of the sentence or remaining part of the sentence. Hope you understood the rule. The rule is clearly given here, and it clearly says that this structure if plus should plus remaining part of the sentence is used to indicate or to denote that the action, though possible, though probable, but not very likely. But it is not very likely means it is not possible, or not particularly probable means it is improbable. Only in that case we use this structure. Look at the example. If you should have any difficulty in it, call me. Means the listener is not likely to have any difficulty in doing it. However, if he comes across any difficulty, he may call the speaker. Look at the second example, next example. If you should run into Tom, tell him that he owes me rupees 5,000. Here again, the possibility is very, very low. Means it is almost impossible. It is very, very unlikely to happen. It is improbable. But the speaker tells to the listener, if by chance he meets Tom, tell him that he owes him rupees 5,000. If you should need any help, ring me anytime. The speaker is saying to the listener that if he needs any help, he should ring him. But the listener is not going to need any help from him. It is not likely, or he is not likely to be in need of his help. Yet the speaker tells him, if by chance he needs his help, he should call him. Next example is, if Ruth should come, ask her to wait. And here the Ruth is not likely, she is unlikely to come. If it should be necessary, we are ready to sell it out. Again, it is very, very unlikely to be necessary. Should it be necessary, we are ready to sell it out. Either you can start the sentence with if or should. If you start the sentence with should, if is omitted, but it has the meaning of if in it. If it should rain, there will be no picnic today. Or should it rain, there would be no picnic today. The meaning is the same. There is no change in the meaning. Only change happens in the structure. And there is one more structure which is optional, or which can be used in place of should or if should. And that structure is, if you happen to meet Tom, tell him that the meeting is over. Or if you should meet Tom, tell him that the meeting is over. If you should happen to meet Tom, tell him that the meeting is over. The meaning of these last three sentences is the same. There is no change in the meaning, right? They are interchangeable. Either you can start the sentence with if plus should, or should, or if you happen to, or if plus should happen to. Either of these four is correct. There is no change in the meaning. My dear learners, hope this structure, that is if plus should, is clear. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a knowledgeable day ahead. Thank you.